Hi guys, it's Abby, and I know it's Wednesday, but it's the God Talk because a long time ago, like maybe like a month ago or like 2 or 3 weeks ago, God gave me this word, and He was like, because I was praying about someone, and He brought it up, and He was like, you need to share this, and I I had I had I'd videoed it and I was gonna post it, but I just never did. And I guess I could post that video if I wanted to, but I just thought I'd just make a new one because, like, why not? I can still explain it, and I might be able to explain it better. And the reason why I'm doing it now is because I was just laying in bed and God was like, do you remember that word? And I was like, yes. Like, this is so random that He was just like, cause for a little bit I kind of forgot the word, but then God was like, do you remember what I told you? And I was like, yeah. And He's like, okay, film, share it. So that's what I'm doing now. But a couple weeks ago, yeah. So welcome to God Talk. Um, God, I was praying, and then this analogy came into my head because I was trying to explain something to God, and then because He's God, He gave me this analogy for me to explain to Him, even though He knows what we're gonna say before we even say anything. So God is so good. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna say the analogy and then I'll kind of explain it. So yeah. For this analogy, I want you to put yourself in this scenario, right? So say you have no service, and you can't use your phone for a map. You can't use your GPS for a map, but you happen to have a paper map in your car, and the paper map will take you to where you want to go. And for most of the trip, or your phone's dead or something, and you can't use your phone or your GPS, and you don't have a charger in your car, but you have a paper map, and so you're using this paper map, and this paper map is really hard to read, right? It's really hard to read, and you're just looking at this paper map, and you're following this paper map, and when you're following this paper map, you're just you're going in the right direction, and you're going to your destination that you need to go to, right? But at some point you just get so frustrated with the paper map that you're just I think I know where I'm going, and I don't need this map, and you just get so frustrated with the map that you just throw it in the backseat of your car or your truck or whatever you have. And so you throw the map in the back of your car or truck, and you're driving, you're like, oh my gosh, I think I know where I'm going. But then you realize, you're like, oh, I think I'm going in the right direction. And the whole time you're not using the map. You're like, I think I'm going in the right direction. But then you're like, I'm just gonna double check. Make sure that I'm going in the right direction. And so then you figure out where you are on the map, and you realize that because you didn't use the map, you thought you were going in the right direction, but you were going in the completely opposite direction, and you were going totally the wrong way. And you just sit there and you're like, man, if I want to go to where I need to go, then I am going to need to use this map. Even though this map might be hard to read, and it just might be hard to read, it might be difficult to understand, because it's not telling me where to go. I have to actually figure it out and look at it. I'm gonna use this map because this is the only way that I'm gonna get to go find my destination. And so you just do the whole trip, you get yourself back on track, and then you use the map for the whole rest of the time, and you get to the destination. And the only reason why you got to the destination is because you used the map. And even though the map was hard and confusing, after you gave up on the map, but you just wanted to just double check for some reason, after you gave up and you started using it again, you persevered and you used the map, and you got through it. You figured it out. And I think, or what God at least was revealing to me through this analogy, was yeah, life is hard, But we have God as our map, essentially. God is guiding us. He's showing us. And yes, sometimes it can be really hard and frustrating for us to understand what God is saying. And it can be really easy sometimes to just throw in the towel and be like, God, I'm not listening to you anymore because none of this makes sense. And so we just throw God, we throw in the towel with God. And then when we aren't following God, when we aren't doing His will, we go in the complete opposite direction we want Him to go. Or He wants us to go in. And so we need God, because God will take us to the destination. He will take us to the promised land. And I really think that's what God was saying, because like without God we're nothing. We are beings made to need God. And yeah, I don't know who exactly this is for, but I know this is meant to encourage someone that if you have given up on God, don't. Because He's the only way you can get to your promised land. He's the only way you can get to your destination. And yeah, you just gotta keep following God's signs and following His guidance. But I promise you, He will get there. He will get you there. Sometimes it might not make sense, like, at all. But like Proverbs 3:5 says, we have to trust in the Lord with all of our heart, and we cannot lean on our own understanding. So I don't know why God wanted me to share this so bad and why it just randomly popped up in my head. And I know that might have been confusing for some people, and I might have been rambling, but it's whatever. This is it. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that God talk, and I will see you next time I do a God talk. God bless. Peace.